for part 2 of my Mat Reformer combo class. So we are going to level up a little bit on this class. So we're going to start on the mat. I have one red spring on, guys. That's one medium spring on my machine. I don't do half springs. We're going to be changing our springs 2 more times until the very end of class for the cool down. So look for a cue then. Otherwise, let's go ahead and begin. I have, again, for this class as well, I am using my strap to find a deeper connection with my abdominals, but you can use a larger pillow to put across your feet and ankles, a bed pillow, a large throw pillow. We're going to begin sitting with our knees bent. Our feet are going to be flat on the mat. Our heels are going to be lined up with our knees are going to be lined up with our sits bones. So we have a perfect number 11 with our legs. Sit up nice and tall. Inhale, exhale, tuck your tail. Articulate down to the mat. Walk in, walk your glutes into your heels. From here, we're going to find a nice neutral spine. So I have a nice flat sacrum. I have a nice lift from the top of my ribs down to my 12th rib. My 12th rib is sinking into the mat. My shoulder blades are nice and wide. I have nice open collarbones, a nice long neck. Dropping my belly to my spine, wrapping my ribs in the front. I'm going to inhale, exhale. Imprint my spine to the mat and tuck my tail slightly. Bring my tail down, come back to a neutral spine. So I'm going to imprint my spine first. So I'm going to find that lift between my sacrum and my 12th rib. Press that spine portion down into the mat. Then tuck my tail, squeezing my glutes and my hamstrings to lift. Release and come back. Imprint and tuck. My tailbone's not coming off very far, guys. Lift. But I am finding that imprint every time. Good. From there, we're going to stay in a neutral spine. Lift our fingertips up to the ceiling. We're going to be hovering over our 12th rib, where our bra strap and sternum, all that area. Inhale, exhale. Reach my hands down towards the end of the mat and curl up. I'm curling up to the tips of my shoulder blades, drawing my wrists to my hips. I have a slight space between my chin and my chest, so I'm not crunching my cervical spine. I'm going to articulate back down. Now when we curl up this time, imagine there's an egg between your chin and your chest. If you crunch your chin to your chest, you're going to crush your egg. If your chin goes too far from your chest, your egg will roll away and get crushed too. Inhale, exhale to curl up. Articulate back down. Make sure that you're not tucking your tail. So watch your tail. Make sure it's not tucking towards your nose when you curl up. One more. And now we're going to combo. Leave your fingertips up over your sternum, imprint your spine, tuck your tail, come back to the imprint to neutral, and curl up without moving your tail. And now move the bottom of your body. So from the belly button down, and move from the belly button up. And belly button down, and tuck and lift, and release. Now curl up, and lower. Full body warm up, or pretty full body warm up, right? Maybe your calf's not getting a whole lot of work. I find a nice rib connection here. I'm squeezing under my arms. Nice glute warm up. And good. From there, I'm going to bring my feet out from under the strap. I'm going to extend my feet away from me just a little bit. Up from my arms, down by my side, keeping a nice neutral spine. I'm going to inhale, exhale. Don't float on either hip. March your left leg up to tabletop. And inhale to lower, exhale right leg. And lower. Left leg. Inhale, right leg. And exhale. Inhale left. Inhale right. Inhale left. Inhale right. Nice wide shoulder blades. Try to find a nice length across your collarbone. Now leave your right leg up and float your left leg up to meet it. Now for toe dips, you're not going to just bend at your back of your knee. You're going to leave the same degree of bend in the back of your knee. Reach your thigh away from you on the inhale and exhale it back up. And inhale right leg away. Now press your thigh away, but leave the same bend in your knee. So don't stretch your leg out. And inhale. Inhale and exhale to lift left. Inhale, exhale to lift right. Don't allow your ribs to pop off. Sink those ribs down onto the mat. If you can't do it, then only reach your leg down halfway. You'll still get the same workout on your core. It'll just be in a range that won't hurt your back, right? Good. All right, rest both feet down. We're gonna do a combo. We're gonna do left and then right, and then left and then right, 3 times each side. So I'm gonna march my left leg up, march my right leg up. Toe dip left, toe dip right. March my leg down on the left, march my leg down on the right. And now I'm going to march up on the right, march up on the left. Toe dip right, toe dip left. March down on the right, march down on the left, march up on the left, march up on the right. Toe dip left, toe dip right. March down on the left, march down on the right. Don't get comfortable on the right leg, it's coming up. Left leg up. March left, march right, march left. Sorry, guys. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's do one more time on each side. March, march, toe dip left, toe dip right. March down left, march down right. March up on the right, march up on the left. Toe dip right, toe dip left. March down on the right, march down on the left. Whew. All right, guys. We're going to do the series of 5, but with our head and our hands. So we're going to interlace our fingers and place our hands at the base of our skull, not up on our skull, so it's crunching our chin to the chest. We want to support our head and our hands, so our thumbs long down either side of our neck. So don't leave your elbows down all the way. Lift them up slightly so they're slightly in your periphery. Inhale, exhale to curl up to the tips of your shoulder blades. Remember your egg. March up, and now extend your right leg and pull it back. And left leg. And pull, and right, and left, and right. Leave your legs connected the whole time for a nice inner thigh. You are supporting your head a little bit, so it should feel a little nicer. 6. Now, rest your head, neck, and shoulders. Inhale, exhale to curl up. Extend your legs to a 45-degree working level, and pull it back, and extend. And pull. As you extend your legs away from you, you might naturally find yourself imprinting your spine. That's fine. Leave your 12th rib on. Here's 5. 1 more. Curl up a little deeper. And 6. Rest your head, neck, and shoulders. Extend your feet up to the ceiling. Don't tuck your tail. Leave your sacrum nice and flat. We're going to scissor with flexed feet. Inhale, exhale to curl up. Now bring your right leg away. And lift. And left leg away, and lift. Curl up deeper. Now we've done 3 on each side. Now we're going to do a couple more reciprocal scissors. You might have to slow it down. So left and right switch midair, and left and right switch midair, and left and right. Bring your left foot up. Bring your knees in your chest. Give them a hug. Rest your head, neck, and shoulders. We only have 2 more exercises in this series of 5, guys. So, reach your feet up to the ceiling, turn it out to Pilates feet, flex your feet again, head in your hands, lift your elbows up into your periphery, inhale, exhale, curl up, lower 1, 2, 3, and lift. And 1, 2, 3, and lift. Again, here's a spot where you might find yourself imprinting your spine on the way down or the way up. Don't tuck your tail to lift. Curl up a little deeper. 1 more. Draw your knees into your chest, or to tabletop, I'm sorry. Rest your head, neck, and shoulders. Inhale, exhale to curl up. Extend your right leg. Rotate your underarm towards your left knee. Come back through center, stand the curl up. And switch to the left side, or the right side. And extend your right leg, twist to the left. Extend your left leg, twist to the right. And exhale, twist. Find yourself hitting tabletop every time in the center. When you come to the center, tabletop. 2 more to each side. Come back to center. Rest your head, neck, and shoulders. Rest your feet down. Send them out a little bit. Gently windshield wiper your shins from side to side. Good. Now, hold on behind your knees. Rock up to sitting. We're gonna come over to the reformer. Again, guys, I have one red spring on my machine. That's what we're gonna be using until the final cool down section of the reformer. So, one red spring on my machine is one medium spring. I have my feet straps on. We are going to be starting with our feet and straps, and I have my headrest down because we are going to be bridging a little bit. So, I'm gonna come down on my machine. Whew, a lot of information, right? One red spring on. Ooh, that's pretty light, right? Place your arches of your feet on. Again, we're gonna be in that number 11 position. So here's our sit bones. Our sit bones are in line with our knee. Our knees in line with our big toe. As I'm here, I'm popping in and out of my carriage. I have to hamstring curl to stay in at the bumper. So from there, we are going to do some tuck bridges. So all we're going to do is imprint our spine and lift our tail off. Come back to the imprint and come back to neutral. Now imprint and lift your tail, lower your tail, release to neutral, and imprint and tuck lift. Imprint and release. I feel it strongly from hip to hip, guys. I'm really using my hamstrings and glutes here, right? And here's, I forget, I want to say this is 5. But let's find out, right? These are hard. And one more. All right, leave your feet here. And then just press out. And exhale back in. Inhale out, find a nice length along the front of the hip flexor, nice neutral spine. And come back in. Inhale and exhale. Good. And I hamstring curl back in. Excellent. 5. Good. Wrap your ribs. Nice long neck. And hamstring curl back in. Very nice. One more. Now, staying on the arches of your feet, extend out to the outsides of the foot bar, rotating the femur and the hip socket, tracking the knee over the big toe. If our knee or our big toe are going out any further than the other one, we're not protecting the integrity of our knees anymore. So we really want to make sure that we're there. Squeeze in on your glutes and press out. Find the length as you draw in towards the midline and release back down. And inhale, lift as you press in through the foot bar and hamstring curl back. 2. Here's 4. 5. 6. Good. It feels nice, right? Here's 7. 8. Draw the belly up and in. Draw the ribs down. One more. Very nice. Now leaving the feet turned out, we're going to pull it in to a high heel Pilates V. As high up on your heels as you can get. Now extend out, stretch out long on the hip flexors, and hamstring curl back in. This is the same series that we did in part 1 of the reformer mat, but we did it on the arches of the feet instead of the heels of the feet this time. Good. As you press out, make sure that you're really pressing long, rotating the femur in the hip socket. Let's do 2 more. 1 more. Now, bring everything together, close the book. You're still in high heel, but the inside of your thigh, your knee, the inside of your calf, the inside aspects of your feet are all glued together. Press it out and come back in. Here's 5. Drop your ribs in the back in case you're feeling it. Good. 9. One more. Okay, now we are going to come under the heels of the feet. Squeezing our legs together. We're going to bring one leg into tabletop. And as we press out, we're going to extend the leg lifted. And as we pull, we're going to bend it back to tabletop. So press up both legs out and bend both knees in. Only one foot is on the foot bar. That's the right foot right now. Try not to feel any shifting in your body. Try to stay even on both backs of your hips. Try not to crunch on either side when you come back in. Good. 9. Really find that squeeze where your thigh and your tushy meet. One more. Now place your left heel down. Bring your right foot up to tabletop. Now press out on your left heel. Extend your right leg. Pull it back in. Both knees bend. Right knee comes to tabletop and press, extend both legs. And pull it back. Right knee to tabletop. Try to find the bumper. Good. My hamstring curling. Here's 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. Now, find your feet straps. Press the bumper, press the carriage out away from the foot bar. Place one foot in the strap. Press your leg out. Find the other strap. Good job. From there, we're going to scooch away from the shoulder block slightly. Inhale, exhale to curl up, placing our head in our hands. And we're going to inhale, pressing through our heels, and exhale to come back to tabletop. Inhale to press, and exhale to pull back. 3, 4. Don't allow yourself to shift towards your tailbone. 1 more. Rest your head, neck, and shoulders. Find your pegs or your shoulder blocks. Extend your feet out. Don't allow the straps to pull you back so your tailbone lifts. Press in so that your legs are shooting straight into the ceiling like a post in the ground, shooting straight up. Now, flex your feet and lower. 1, 2, 3. Point your toes and lift. 2, 3, and flex and lower. 2, 3. Point and lift. 2, 3. Don't allow any shifting in your neutral spine. Use the pegs to press in underneath your arms to widen across your collarbone and press your shoulder blades into the mat. Don't allow your back to arch when you do this. Good. Now, bring your knees into tabletop. Bring your head in your hands and curl up. Now with a flexed foot, leave your right foot in tabletop, extend your left leg, and now pull it back to tabletop. And extend the left, and pull. Don't allow any shifting to happen along your body as you do this. So take a look down, the benefit of your head and your hands. Here's 5, press in through your glutes and your hamstring. Really get a workout on that smile line where the thigh and the tushy meet. And now we're gonna work the right leg. Extend your right leg, leave your left leg there, and pull back. And extend right. Curl deeper. Here's 4. And 5. And 6. Rest your head and your shoulders. Extend your feet up to the ceiling. Press away from the shoulder blocks just a little bit if you need to. Inhale, exhale to curl up. Now left leg only. Extend it down and lift it back up to meet the right. Just your left leg. Make sure that you're not shifting or shortening in your waist. Good, curl up deeper. Really press down through that hamstring. 1 more. Great, come up. Switch the weight in your feet. So now your right leg's gonna work. So press down with your right leg and lift. And press it down. Curl up deeper. Next we have the hundreds with our feet in straps. So it's kind of nice. Straighten that left leg all the way. One more. Rest your head and your shoulders. Bend your knees into tabletop. Fingertips coming out of your sternum up towards the ceiling, preparing ourselves for the 100. Inhale, exhale to curl over, reach our legs long to our working level. Lower them a little bit if you're able to with the support of your straps and still find your neutral spine. Now begin pumping. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pump vigorously to pump body through your blood, or pump blood through your body. Inhale, squeeze your glutes. Belly to spine. Wrap your ribs. Make sure that you're not crunching your chin to your chest. Inhale. Flex your feet if you want to. As you exhale, try to watch your belly button sink towards your spine. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Rest your head and your shoulders. Bring your legs into tabletop. Take one foot out. Take the strap. Find the foot bar. Press out. Take the other foot out. Peg the strap. Allow the carriage to come into the foot bar. So, we are going to do a hip tick-tock. You need to make sure that you don't allow your 12th rib to float off the mat. You could hurt yourself, okay? So find your pegs or your shoulder blocks. Hold on to them, just like we did earlier. For the double leg lower lift, we're gonna bring our knees up to tabletop. Now, leaving our 12th rib on, but floating our left hip off, we're gonna bring our knees to the right and center. Bring your knees to the left. Inhale to the right, exhale to center. Inhale to the left, exhale to center. Squeeze in under your arms. One more to each side. Bring your feet to the foot bar. Come off to one side carefully. We're going to come back to the mat. We're going to start with swan. We're going to do some C-shaped curve work. We're going to do some bridge work. We're going to come back to the reformer. Okay? So, coming onto our stomachs, we're going to draw our belly buttons up and in, wrap our ribs, squeeze our inner thighs together. We're going to rest our head on the mat. We're going to squeeze our biceps towards our ribs and bring our hands underneath our shoulders. Now, leaving our legs on the mat, we're going to inhale. Try to elongate your spine as you press up into this one. Only press up a little bit on this first one. We're going to do 5. So if we're able to. If we're not, then we're going to stop there. Now, as you come back down and you come past your ribs, really wrap them. If you feel them kickstand, you've released your ribs to flare in your back to come up even higher. You need to wrap your ribs the whole way, not because I want to not let you come up real high, but because I want to protect your spine. So, inhale, lift and press, press, press. Squeeze underneath your arms, get your shoulders down your back. And exhale back down. 3 and lift. We're doing a couple extra swans here because we aren't doing much back extension, honestly. If you feel it in your back, draw your belly button up to your spine even tighter. To begin, squeeze your legs even tighter if that doesn't work with your inner thighs. And if that doesn't work, come up half as high. And if that doesn't work, please don't do swan. Thanks, guys. And inhale, lift, lift, lift. Belly button up and in. Wrap your ribs, nice long neck. And come back, down. Good. From there, we're going to press up. Coming back into that same shell pose that we did before. So we're going to round up into a cat, but it's not going to be a traditional cat. Our arms are going to be extended longer in front of us. We're going to take our cat, keep a rounded back, and start to bring our heels to our glutes. Or glutes to our heels, I'm sorry. Feeling a nice stretch under our arms. We can't go any further. Hold on for a second, and then release back into a child's pose.
Bringing your glutes to your heels if you're able to. Feeling a nice stretch. Where if you would like to, you can take your left arm, thread the needle underneath your right arm. Try to find your left shoulder on the mat. My left shoulder, it never wants to go to the mat. I'm going to come back to the center. I'm going to find my right shoulder on the mat, which does not want to come to the mat today either, apparently. Today's not my day for child's pose twisting. I'm going to come back to the center. And now, I'm going to articulate out by walking my hands back on the mat, tucking my tail, sitting up tall. Head, neck, and shoulders are the last thing to come up. Just like they're the last thing to come down on the mat as you articulate back, they're the last thing to come up. Imagine your neutral spine right here, shoulders are stacked over your hips. Perfect, right? All right, we're gonna do some C-shaped curve work. So, just like we were in the beginning, talking about placing our heels in line with our knees, in line with our sits bones, we're here as well. We want to be a little bit back from our bent knees so that we're not gripping in our hip flexors too much. I'm going to find a nice hug a tree position for these. So my fingertips touching in the center. They're going to be right in front of where my sternum and 12th rib or bra strap are. I'm not going to be up too high, right? I don't want to crunch into my shoulders. I want to stay nice and relaxed in my shoulders, squeezing under my arms. From there, I'm going to tuck my tail, come back to my sacrum-ish area. I'm going to come back through the tuck, sit up tall. Watch your knees. Try to make sure that they're not coming in or out as you come up or down. Good. Now, we're going to stay right here. Now, what we're going to do is we are going to go to the hug a tree. So we're going to open our arms out to a wide bent arm position and squeeze them back in, wrapping our wrists and inhale to open. Dropping our belly to our spine. Try to reestablish that rib to hip connection so that we have a nice, tight front of the body, but a nice open spine position, finding space between each vertebra. I have a continuous curve from the tip top of my head coming out through my tail. One more. Now, tuck your tail and lift. Inhale, exhale, tuck your tail. Come back to the C-shaped curve. Now, just lift your arms up and lower them down. If you feel your shoulders come up, don't come up that high, and lower it. We're changing the load on our body, trying to challenge our core. If you feel your hips get a little shake, try to put more in your abdominals. One more. And come back up. Good. Inhale, exhale, tuck your tail, come back. Lift your arms up. Now open to the side, hug the moon, and a hug the moon. Now open wide and a hug the moon. 3, 4, 5. One more. Bring your arms back forward and come up. We have one more. We have an around the world. Working on everything we just worked on almost, right? So tuck your tail, roll back. Without moving your back hip, rotate from the ribs across to the left. Now lift your arms up, come through center. With your arms lifted, rotate to the right. Bring them back down to the hug a tree. Come back to center. Articulate back up. Now tuck your tail, roll back. Now as you bring your ribs across, think of only moving from the belly button up. Lift your arms up to center. Come to center. Rotate to the left. Bring your arms down, come forward, lift up, tuck your tail, come back. Rotate to the left, arms up, center, right, down, center, and lift. Tuck your tail, roll back, and left, or right, and up, and center, and left. Lower the arms to hug a tree. One more time to each side, tuck your tail, roll back. And hug a tree, rotate to the left, and don't lift your right hip. Bring your arms up, come to hug a tree in the center, rotate to the right, bring the arms down to hug a moon. Hug a tree in the center and up. One more time to the right, and to the right, and lift through center, to the left, and down, and center, and up. Now, extend your arms long in front of you, shake them out, lift your arms up, hinge forward, hold it there for a second. Now round over your legs.
articulate up. We're going to move on to full bridging. So let's go ahead, tuck our tail, roll back, walk your heels into your glutes. We are going to articulate up, and on the third time, we're gonna add on some fun stuff, right? Inhale, exhale, imprint your spine, lift your tail, articulate up. Squeezing your glutes to lift your hips higher. We're looking for a straight line from your knees to your hips, from your hips to your underarms. Can you look from side to side? Make sure that you're on your cervical spine. Now articulate down, trying to sit your tail on your heels. Walk your heels in a little bit closer. Imprint your spine, tuck your tail, lift up into a bridge. Begin to articulate down, 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 down. And release. One more. Imprint, tuck your tail and lift. And now we're gonna march. March your left leg, bring it down, transfer the weight. Try to move your hips as minimally as possible. And now left. It's a lot of glute work. Squeeze your glutes, lift it higher. Don't pop in your neck. Can you still look from side to side? One more on each side. And right. Place your foot down. Now articulate down. Growing taller, elongating your spine. Sit your tail on your heels. Very nice, guys. Extend your legs long. We're gonna work on teaser. If you would like to, you can start teaser from tabletop. If you would prefer, you can start teaser with your legs extended long. So we are gonna start with our fingertips up towards the ceiling. We're gonna roll up from the last class. So we're gonna inhale, exhale, articulate up, and begin to float your legs up, 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 and reach up long. Now keeping your eyes and your toes in line, tuck your tail, begin to articulate down. Your head and your feet should hit at the same time. Inhale. Now if you want to do it from tabletop, let's try tabletop, or I'm going to do a tabletop one. If you want to keep it extended long, go ahead. Inhale, exhale, again, articulate up. Extending your legs as you sit up tall. Now, arms circle your arms away from your legs for 1, and a 2, and a 3. Circle them towards your legs for 1, and 2, and 3. If you're in tabletop, tuck your knees, then articulate down. Final one, I'm going to do it with straight legs. We're going to do a tiny 2-inch lower lift of our legs 3 times. Inhale, articulate up, float your legs up, lower an inch. Good. Tuck your tail, eyes in line with toes. Your feet and your head should hit at the same time. Good. Extend your arms long over your body. Shake everything out. Good. Roll to one side. Press yourself up to sitting. We're going to come back to the reformer. I'm going to change my feet straps over for hand loops. If you have double loops, you're already doing great. My headrest is still down, so we're going to be working with that. So, before we do anything else, we're going to do cat-cow. So I'm going to come onto my knees. My fingers are all facing the same way on the reformer. My shins are up against the shoulder block. I'm going to tuck my tail, tuck my head, looking at my thighs. Lift my tail, lift my head, and look up. Tuck my tail, tuck my head. Lift tail, lift head. One more each way. Now, press back so you're sitting on your heels. We're going to come to sitting. We're going to bring our toes off of our headrest. We're going to have at least a hand's width from our back of our body to the back of the carriage. From there, I'm going to tuck my tail, roll back into that C-shaped curve, and come back up. And tuck the tail and roll back. Roll the shoulders up, back and down. Don't allow them to round in. Let the carriage help you up and down, but don't allow it to force your shoulders in or out. So now we're going to tuck our tail, roll back. We're going to bicep curl. Don't drop your elbows to do it. Leave your biceps where they are and pull your hands to your shoulders and release. Keeping that C-shaped curve. You'll feel a different sort of connection with that abdominal, but you'll still feel an abdominal connection, right? Here's 5. The tighter your box of your body or core is, the less you'll wobble and articulate back up. Now flip your palms down. We're going to tuck our tail, roll back, we're going to rope. Don't break your wrist here, just pull back as far as you can with a straight wrist. Squeeze the bottom tips of your shoulder blades to bring your arms back further. Good. I like to squeeze my legs together here. I feel like it helps my stabilization to draw everything towards the midline. Draw your hips to your hips a little further. Tuck your tail, roll up. We're going to switch our arm position for the T-pulls. They are hard. I know they're hard. I've done them lots of times, right? So I had one class that was like, these are so hard. I was like, yes, I know I did them yesterday. So our palms are going to be facing in. We're going to tuck our tail, roll back. Now open to a T and come back. Open. We're really squeezing the bottom tips of our shoulder blades and working our back, but we're not flat backing here. We're still keeping that same curve in the front of our body. I have a slight bend in my elbows. Keep your arms extended on this next one and pulse back. 2, 3, 4, 5. Don't lose your curve. 2 more. Come back forward, articulate up. Peg your straps real fast, extend your legs, arms up to the ceiling, flat back, reaching for the wall on the ceiling, then round over your legs. We're gonna roll back a little further here. Don't dip your head in the well. Your hair could get caught in the spring. So if your hair is down, you might wanna go ahead and pull it up. We're going to articulate up. We're gonna bend in, coming in a little bit further towards the shoulder blocks. Depending on your height, it might be difficult for you. You want to come down so that you're on your carriage to the tips of your shoulder blades if you're able to. So from here, I'm going to leave my hands in front of me, or I'm going to put the straps on my wrist and hold on to that. Let's hold on to our flat plastic here. Now we're going to tuck our tail and articulate back to the tips of our shoulder blades. And we're going to articulate back up. Since we choked up on our straps, it's going to be a little easier for us. If you find that you cannot come back in because you're a little bit too close to your shoulder blocks, try scooching your heels a little bit away from you. And if that doesn't work, if you have the room, go ahead and scooch back a little bit. Now stay here, draw your shoulders nice and wide. We're going to march. We're going to go right. Try to keep a flat sacrum. And exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. Good. Crawl a little deeper. Here's 5. 1 more on each side. Now articulate back up, up. Try not to lift your hands up. Don't let the straps do all the work. Since we choked up to the plastic, we are having more assistance from the straps, but let's try not to let the straps do all the work. Let's do some toe dips and then teaser in this position. Then we're gonna do some bridging before we go back to the mat. Inhale, exhale. Tack your tail, roll back. Bring your right leg up, bring your left leg up. Now toe dip, reaching your right foot away, and lift. Don't allow your hip to pop off. Inhale, and exhale. Allow the straps to assist you, but drawing your ribs to your hips. Keep that egg under your chin. You're doing great. Nice long neck. 5. 1 more. Place your right foot down. Place your left foot down. Try not to lift your hands up as you articulate up. Use all abs. Good. We're going to inhale, exhale, tuck our tail, roll back. Bring one foot up to tabletop, bring the other foot up to tabletop. We're going to tuck our tail, roll up, pressing up into teaser or tabletop teaser. If you're in tabletop teaser, stay in tabletop. If you're extended, stay extended, tuck your tail, roll back. Now, articulate back up wherever you are. Tuck your tail, roll back. You do have the assistance of the springs. If at any time you want to change your legs to tabletop or full teaser legs, feel free to. Good.
Come up.
Place one foot down with control, place the other foot down. Come up to sitting tall. Bring the carriage into the bumper. Peg the straps. Scooch back just a little bit so you can find a nice butterfly position. Pull your back up tall. Holding on to the back of your shoulder blocks. See if you can relax into the butterfly. Very good. Go ahead. We're going to come off to the side. We are going to make sure that our headrest is down. We are going to be doing some bridging on one right spring only, but we are only going to be doing it in the wide second position on with our legs, since we did the parallel tight position on the mat just a minute ago. So come on down on your back. Bring your feet to parallel first. Turn them out to Pilates feet. Slide them out to the outside edges of the footbar. We are on the arches of our feet. We are hamstring curling here to keep the carriage into the bumper. Now, imprint your spine, tuck your tail, lift up into a bridge. Can you look from side to side? Articulate your spine back down. We have two more. On the third one, we're going to add on. Inhale, imprint your spine, tuck your tail, and lift. Squeezing your glutes. Articulate back down. Hamstring curl tight to keep that carriage into the bumper. Inhale, imprint your spine, tuck your tail, and lift. And press out. And in. And out. And in. 3, 4. We're going to 6. It's a lot of hamstring curling. If it hurts your neck, articulate back down and keep going with the leg presses. One more. Keeping into the bumper, articulate down. Good. Roll off to the side. We're going to come back to the mat. We're going to be doing spine stretch, saw, spine twist, and then we're going to have some final stretches. So, we're going to have our legs separated, no wider than the mat. Reach your hands out in front of where your sternum and 12th rib meet. We're going to be doing spine stretch on a 2 count. So we're going to inhale on the way down and exhale on the way back up to sitting tall. It would be considered more like the folding over the leg part of roll up. So crease at the sternum, articulate over your legs, and exhale back up. Head against shoulders, so the last thing to come up. Inhale, biceps by your ears. As you articulate over your feet, imagine someone has a belt behind you and is yanking you back. So you're creating space between each vertebra. And inhale. 2 more. Flex your feet strongly. And dive down. And reverse. Bring your arms out to a T. Pressing down on your pinky blade edge. Rotate towards the left. And dive down and pulse. Pulse. Articulate up. Through center. To the right. Dive down and pulse. Pulse. And then rotate. Don't untwist until you articulate up all the way. Flex your feet strongly here as well. And through center. Leaving your arms in a T. Bring your legs together. Still flexing them. Now rotate towards the left from the ribs, right? Don't swing your arms. Just try to have the breath help you get deeper. Get deeper. Think of it that way. And release your legs. Give them a shake. Shake out your arms. We're going to do mermaid in a Z-sit position on the mat. We are also going to do it at the end of class on the reformer after this. So we're going to go to the left side first. So if you cannot achieve the Z-sit, please feel free to do this in crisscross applesauce. The same thing goes for the reformer. Actually, I'm sorry. We're going to start with the right side first because that's what side we're going to be doing it on the reformer first. So my left leg is bent to the end of the mat. My right leg is bent to the side of the mat. I'm going to bring my arms out to a T. Float my right hand down. My elbow's going to bend in towards my hip. So my shoulder blade's naturally gonna slide down my back, so I'm squeezing under my arm. I'm gonna reach for the wall on the ceiling meat on the right side, come back up to a T, bring my left hand, palm up across my knee, and reach for the wall on the ceiling meat on the left side. Come back to a T, and float it down, and reach. And come back up to a T, float my hand across my knee, and reach. One more. And reach across. Now, we can go ahead and switch sides with our legs. So my right shin is going to face the end of the mat. My left shin is going to face the side. Arms to a T. Left arm floats down. Elbow in towards my hip as I reach for the wall on the ceiling meat. Squeeze under your arm, pull your shoulder away from your ear. Reach out to a T. Float your hand across your knee, palm up. And reach toward the other wall on the ceiling meat. Bring it out. Try to put a little bit more weight in your pinky blade edge when you reach over, and it'll help you to engage down the back of your arm more rather than the front, up in the shoulder and the front of the body. And one more. Good. Go ahead and release out of that. We have 2 more stretches to do, or 2 more stretch series to do. Over on the reformer, I'm going to change up my 1 red spring or 1 medium spring for 1 blue spring, which is 1 light spring on my machine. If you have a yellow, I would not do a yellow for this stretch. I'm going to place both hands on the bar, swing 1 foot over, come sitting down. So I'm sitting near the front of the carriage. I'm not all the way up on the carriage, but I have about a little bit more than, I have about 2 hands width from the front of my body to the end of the carriage. Now I'm going to do cat-cow here. So I'm going to tuck my tail, looking towards the springs, and press out with my arms all the way. I'm going to come down and in, and I'm going to press up, getting a nice chest lift. Tuck my tail. I'm never releasing my ribs at any time. I'm always keeping them nice and connected. And lift. And up. Let's do 1 more. We're feeling that strap again that someone's pulling back on our body with, right? Now, staying in this position, I'm going to side bend. So I'm going to leave my left hand on, I'm going to reach my right arm up, and reach for the wood of the wall on the ceiling meat on the left side. Squeeze under the arm to pull your shoulder away from your ear. Come back to center, replace your right hand, and left arm reaches. Press it down into that foot bar. Find the foot bar, and right arm reaches to the side. And come back up. Hand down, and left arm reaches. Good job, guys. We have 1 more. Oh, that feels nice. Side bending is my favorite. We're going to do a rotation after this, and then we're going to do mermaid 1 more time to each side. So, I'm going to bring my right hand to where my left hand is, reach my left hand back. I'm not going to pull myself back. I'm going to press it down to elongate my spine as I look towards the back. I'm going to come back through, bring my left hand to the right side, bring my right hand back, press it down on the carriage or on the shoulder block, and look back. And twist, right hand to left side, press down and grow taller, taller, taller. Left hand to right side, and press it down and grow taller, taller, taller. 1 more. And final 1. Opening across the shoulders. Good. From there, I'm going to change my springs before I start the mermaid. So I'm going to change to 1 green spring. That is 1 medium spring in my machine. I do like my mermaid a little heavier on the side. So I find that I like the stretch at the end a little better. I'm going to come to that Z-sit position where my right shin was perpendicular to the side of the mat or the reformer, and my left shin is facing the back of the machine or the mat. I'm going to bring my right hand in front of my body slightly, my pinky blade edge, right? And I'm going to press out, drawing my shoulder blade down my back, reaching for the wall on the ceiling mat. I'm reaching up and over like a barrel. Now bend your elbow down and up. Hold on to the shoulder block or the peg, and reach over. Arms to a T, place your hand down, and press out and away. And bend your elbow in, and come up and over. Reaching over a barrel on the other side as well. One more on this side. And reach up and over. Now, we're going to come off of the machine, go over to the other side. We're going to sit down. I'm going to take my right shin and press it up against the shoulder blocks. My left shin is going to be perpendicular to the side of the reformer. If you cannot achieve this position, say crisscross applesauce. If you cannot achieve that position, bring your legs to the side of the reformer. My left hand is going to be slightly in front of my body. I'm going to press out by pressing away and reaching up and over. Again, I'm up and over a barrel of some sort. So I'm reaching over, elongating the side bend. Squeeze under your arm, bend your elbow into your hip to keep your shoulder away from your ear. Hold on to your side strap. Find that barrel, reach up and over. Come back out and bend up, and over. Bend your elbow down, lift up, and reach up and over. One more, guys. Nice stretch. Bend the elbow down, and lift, and up, and over. Let's go ahead and place your feet off to the side. Inhale up. Exhale down. Guys, that will conclude my Reformer mat series for this month. I hope that you enjoyed yourselves. If you have any questions or need any modifications, please feel free to reach out. I hope you have a great day. Thank you so much for joining me.